Hi guys, Kaiser here, and welcome to the Lord of the Rings: The Battle for Middle-earth 2. But not just any Battle for Middle-earth 2, this is the Age of the Ring mod. Now, if you're not familiar with this game, the Battle for Middle-earth 2 was an RTS game that released back in 2006, a couple of years after the final Lord of the Rings movie came out. And this is a cult classic. This strategy game brought together RTS fans, fantasy fans, Lord of the Rings movie fans, Lord of the Rings book fans. A lot of people really love this game. And to this day, I get people asking me, Kaiser, whatever happened to the Battle for Middle-earth 2? Are there any games like that today? What's going on in that realm? Well, the Battle for Middle-earth 2 ended up becoming abandonware. The license is lost in the ether, so no company seems to really own it. But the game has been maintained and supported by a very dedicated community. Fan patches have come out, updates have come out for the game to let it run on modern systems, run better than ever. And there are a cadre of fans who have gone above and beyond to not just support the game, but to transform it, to add to the game, to create something like the next expansion pack, or maybe even call it the Battle for Middle-earth 3. It's just that good. A total overhaul of the Battle for Middle-earth 2, going deeper into the lore of the world and just sort of the complexity of Tolkien's world than the original game ever could. And that mod that we're looking at today, there are several, but the mod we're looking at today, one of the cream of the crop, is the Age of the Ring. They just recently, a couple of weeks ago as of this recording, released their final content update for the mod, version 8.0. And now that the package is finished, I want to introduce the Age of the Ring to you today. So, let's go ahead and dive right in. You are able to create your own hero in the My Captains mode, but we're going to ignore that and just focus on the skirmish. And they've added in some campaigns and some really cool things, but I just want to introduce the basic factions. Now, if you remember, in the Battle for Middle-earth 1, I think it was, they had the race of men as a faction, the elves as a faction, and then in the Battle for Middle-earth 2, they did some splitting up, where you have Gondor and Rohan as separate factions, but now, look at this roster. We have Gondor, Rohan, Erebor, which is the realm of the dwarves, Lothlorien, Rivendell, and the Woodland Realm as 3 separate factions. So in the original Battle for Middle-earth 2, it was just the elves. But if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, if you know your lore, you know that these separate realms of Lothlorien, Rivendell, Mirkwood, whatever you want to call the Woodland Realm, these are like completely different kingdoms, if you will. And so they've gone in and completely transformed these civilizations. So the good guys getting some really exciting updates there. And then for the bad guys, we've got Mordor, Isengard, Misty Mountains, which are the goblins, Dol Guldur, and Hradwaith as our 5 villainous factions. And what's really cool, so you get these new civilizations, but even the old ones have been completely transformed. New heroes, new units, a completely new way of playing the game. So the game's been completely transformed. For today's video, and I think it would be fun to go through these civs and show them off to you, so if you like the idea of more Lord of the Rings videos, let me know in the comments below, please. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell me that, because I would love to hear from you if you want to see more of this game. For today's video, I think we're going to pick Rivendell. I think they've got a good mix of the new and the old, and just showing off what this team has done. And for our bad guys, let's pick the goblins. That sounds like fun. Alright. Let's go. Right at the start, we start with 2 vills.
I have building supplies. It is time to build.
And what you'll notice, every civilization has access to 2 different resource buildings. And depending on which one you pick, you'll get a percentage bonus. Here, let me just do that right there. You'll get a discount on one thing or the other. So here, if I pick the orchard, I build a bunch of orchards, I get cavalry at a discount. Which I'm doing not because I'm wanting to go deep into cavalry, but because they're cheaper. The orchards cost 300. If I pick a forge, that's 400 coin.
A fair sight indeed.
And but that gives me a discount on, I think, purchasing technologies for my units, upgrades. Now, one of the things I've learned the hard way is to not get greedy and throw down too many resource buildings without getting an army up first. And a theme that I see a lot in the Age of the Ring mod is that the various civilizations actually sort of combine 2 or 3 or 4 different peoples under their faction umbrella. So like with Rivendell, for example, you're not just playing as the elves. And when you think about Rivendell, you might recognize that they're neighbors to the hobbits of the Shire, and you have the Dunedain, or the Dunedain, that are nearby and supporting that realm. And so that's actually represented in game. We're going to open up with the, what's this called? The Breeland Encampment. And that gives us access to hobbit units, which, as you might imagine, are not necessarily the most elite of fighters, but they're cheap.
Has been planted.
Here we go, here we go. The enemy already on the way. Come on, come on.
I have building supplies.
We're going to throw down a watchtower just to kind of stem the tide.
They attack our buildings.
Defenders of the Shire. We don't like them.
Notice, by the way, a lot of brand new voice acting in this mod. That's one of the ways in which this mod is really incredible, is they have a really good voice acting team.
We found an inn.
And
There is work to be done.
it just really immerses you very well into all the new content in the world that they have
Our homes are in peril.
adapted.
Everyone have a rock ready.
Now, fortunately,
Archers, ready for orders. Archers, be ready.
Fortunately, because the enemy here has just prioritized my economic building, the hobbits were able to just knock him out without issue. So that's pretty good. Alright, let's get up a Talon's Guard, which I believe... So I think we've got like a swordsman, archer, pikeman combo here. I don't think the unexpected party does anything. I think that's just hobbits being happy. Alright, let's see. Let's get up a Dunedain. I think it's Dunedain. Someone can correct me in the comments below if it's Dunedain, but I think it's Dunedain.
Right, lads, put down your drinks. There's trouble brewing. We're on patrol.
Alright, here we go.
We'll put things right.
Let's go knock out this war
Coming
camp.
through.
The enemy approaches.
Nope, never mind, never mind.
Get through us. Go. Coming through.
Let's go this way.
Over here.
Now, one of the things about the Battle for Middle-earth 2 is that you're not just playing with units, right? You're not just building archers and swordsmen. But the Lord of the Rings world is very much a world of heroes and villains, right? And so, in this game, heroes play a very important part.
Where should we build?
Let's go ahead and throw down another watchtower.
Building materials. Build up this land.
Everyone have a rock ready.
Now, I don't know enough about the meta of the original Battle for Middle-earth 2 to weigh in on how balanced the heroes were or how effective they were. But in the Age of the Ring mod, heroes have different functions and different kind of design ideas. You got heroes like you'll see over here in the Breeland Encampment. We've got Fatty Bolger, and Farmer Maggot, who are both heroes that can buff up and support a very hobbit focused strategy. If you're trying to rush down your opponent or build up a huge wave of hobbits to fight, I know Fatty has kind of a power when he levels up enough. He can help recruit hobbits way more readily. So he's really good if you're wanting to go for waves of hobbits. Farmer Maggot, though, I think has some powers that make them stronger in a fight. So they work really well together.
The enemy is close.
In our citadel, which is kind of our town center, you'll see a whole bunch of heroes. And each one of these heroes, I say as I need to grab my army.
Gather round.
Nice, let's go.
Get 'em, boys.
Yeah, let's do that for sure. Let me upgrade my watchtowers real quick. There we
It's
go.
time to build.
All right.
Put things right. For the Shire.
What do we have here? These are, who are these guys? I guess it won't tell me because they're the enemy.
Gather round. Here
All
they
right,
come.
there we go. The heroes have different functions. So like I'll pick Arwen as an example. And Arwen is kind of a support utility hero. She actually doesn't do any damage herself. But what she does is makes your army much stronger. And I'll show why in a little bit here.
Get through us. Get 'em, boys.
All right, meanwhile, I want to go over to the Dunedain. Let's do some rangers to the north here.
Intruders!
Elrohir and Eladan, the sons of Elrond, are unlocked at the camp.
Gather round. Go.
Building materials.
All right, let's put a forge down.
A fair sight indeed.
Oh, we also have powers. I forgot to mention those. Again, have been completely reworked for the mod. So there's some really cool, exciting things here. Tangado Haid. Target allies gain 25 damage, 25% armor for 60 seconds. So I got damage buff, heal, and reveal shroud in the area for 60 seconds. I'm going to go for the damage. Alright, so her ability. Arwen can target enemy units, but doesn't do any damage. The allies around that enemy unit gain 33% armor.
Finished with this structure.
Our duty lies with the
So you put her in the back line behind the military units, and look at them celebrating the hero showing up. And they'll gain just a bunch of armor. And kind of a unique feature for her, because she doesn't do damage, you can actually level up just by
See the enemy.
spending the cash. So let's go ahead and upgrade her. All right. So let's watch. Let's watch this.
We Dunedain will
Yeah,
fight.
whenever you hear that bell sound, and you actually see the little ring around the units, they gather that extra armor.
duty lies with the
So really good in an army versus army fight.
Ready your tools.
We are the remnants of Arnor.
And the ashes of fire shall be woken.
Homes are in peril.
All right, let's see.
Upon us.
So, as I was saying, the heroes all have a different function. You've got utility support heroes, you have scout heroes, you have anti-hero heroes and anti-elite unit heroes, anti-unit heroes, kind of more like mass AoE damage kind of fighters. Heroes that support particular strategies or particular kinds of units. Like, for example, Halbarad is the captain of the Dunedain. And his whole shtick is he supports Dunedain units. Gildor is kind of a Hobbit-focused unit, sort of like, again, the two Hobbit heroes. Whereas if I were to go over to Glorfindel, he's probably going to be, if I remember right, part of his shtick is he supports Elven units. So I'm actually going to pick him. And we're going to make the switch over to the Rivendell Dormitory. Look at this beautiful building. Isn't that just fantastic?
Coming through. The enemy approaches.
Light from the shadow shall
Alright, so right now we're playing defense. And I will say, one of the things that's a little sad and has nothing to do with the mod. this is something about the original Battle for Miller 2, is it does seem that the AI has a proclivity to try to just rush down the eco buildings. Or in this case, they're rushing down the auxiliary camp, which is a reworked version of the inn.
We have panic areas now.
So that's we can actually talk about the auxiliary camp real quick. The auxiliary camp, we need more units. They're just doing their thing. All right, let's here.
Utterly lies with the common folk. Apprentice, to battle!
Here we go. They do have a tendency to just sort of rush units early on. It takes a little while for them to build up a threatening army because they just like massing up against the resource buildings, and that appears to be something that's hard-coded. I don't think that's something that the modders or any of the fans can change.
The enemy's close.
All right, let's look at Gorfendel. His shtick. All right, he can mount or dismount. Starts on his horse. He gains 100% damage for 30 seconds. He causes fear to nearby enemies and Nazgul. Wow. Norolim Asfaloth. Gorfendel gains 20% speed, 100% armor, and glides past enemies like the wind for 30 seconds. Targeted units gain XP. Ooh. Let's get away from the spearman.
I ride out.
On the ground. There we go. All right, we're fine. And Slayer of Demons. Blasts back units a wide radius surrounding him and stuns them for 15 seconds. His melee attack pins enemy heroes for 30 seconds. So he seems to be a really good all-around hero. I'm actually surprised. I was expecting some sort of leadership bonus. We see that out of a lot of units. Where it'll say, kind of like with Arwen, she gives passive armor. A lot of units will say, you know, Hobbit units near this hero gain armor or gain XP or something like that. That's very common.
This darkness cannot endure.
I'm ready.
All right, let's build another watchtower.
It is time to build.
And let's get some elven units out.
Evil is upon us.
We're low on resources.
Where should we build?
Hope is not lost.
Light from the shadow shall spring.
All right, let's see.
Merely resting my eyes a moment. Coming through.
The swan-feathered arrows are here.
Ooh, is that out of range? Okay, hang on.
They're
None
trying
now
to
is
take our
needed.
building.
Pursue
Our
them.
swords will keep Imladris safe.
They won't get through us.
Okay.
Over here. Go.
Let's move forward and let's capture that. Okay, so you know what? Let me capture that auxiliary camp. Or, okay, I had captured it. Let me capture it again. And when I do, I'll show you. It's pretty cool because in the old game, in the original Battle for Miller 2, the inn
I remember the splendor of old
There we go.
Gondolin.
the old inn simply recruited a unique unit based on your faction. So
You do not stand alone.
If it don't look like mutton again
Our
tomorrow.
path is certain.
that's what is that? That's the
We found an inn.
Cut them down.
The groundless of
yeah. Let's fight that.
From them everything. May the grace of the Valar protect you.
Yeah, they're starting to mess up their waves. But the old inn simply picked a single unit based off of the.
You would stand against me.
What on earth is this dude? Oh, this is the power that was just used.
My
Okay.
own spirit shan't save you.
Wait a minute,
Without fear,
Is that a hero or just an archer? I think it's just an archer. Yeah, there you go.
I have conquered far greater foes.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I think we're fine.
We have not forgotten.
All right.
We still have a part to
Good.
play.
But the new auxiliary camp actually gives you a support unit based on the faction. I'm sorry, not the faction, but the map you're playing on.
The enemy is near.
So I've got access to Veterans of Osgiliath because I think I have to be a good faction. I don't know if the villains get the Veterans of Osgiliath, but it's based on this particular map. So if I were playing a different map, it's kind of like the native camps in AoE 3.
The power of the elves is with you.
light from the shadow shall spring.
Yeah, so all of these units are getting armor because they were around the enemy unit.
They're taking our building.
Anew shall be blade that was broken.
Okay, what we're gonna do here.
There is much to do.
Let's get out some Elven. Actually, let's just upgrade that.
Remain vigilant.
Go.
Don't let them see you.
We must stand against them.
What I need to do is get out multiple barracks so I can produce units faster.
Be welcome. But it is not lost.
There we go.
Renewed shall be blade that was broken.
Image of Luthien. Targeted units and heroes become invisible and receive extra movement speed for 30 seconds.
Spears, Rangers.
Enemy units within the radius are slowed by 15% and lose 20% damage and armor for 30 seconds. Rivendell units within the radius gain fear immunity and get healed when they deal damage for 60 seconds. That's just awesome. Yeah.
In Ladris must be preserved.
All right.
With the
There
common
is work to be done. Materials.
All right, what I want to do, let me get out another dormitory.
It is time to build.
Let me see here.
The enemy is close.
There we go, I need that.
You do not stand alone.
The enemy is upon us.
Meanwhile, I need to upgrade my, what I'm doing is upgrading my barracks to level 3.
We must.
Let's do that.
Soldiers of Gondor.
Very nice. Nearby enemies lose armor and damage and have reduced fear resistance. When a veteran dies, nearby vets temporarily gain armor and damage. Very cool.
The crowns again shall be
He
king.
lies with the common folk.
We've captured it.
Swords.
Oh, I just remembered. Okay, something about the
Light from the shadow
We have
shall
completed
spring.
the dormitory.
something about the Dunedain. I forgot to mention is that the Rangers are special in that they have a lot of flexibility. When you create them, they come out with bows, and you can either upgrade the bows or you can switch them to swords or spears. So there's a kind of a cool flexibility there. Now, once you pick one, you're sort of locked in on that choice, but still.
Hold your ground. We must fight elsewhere.
Where should we build? Building materials.
Did I lose my builder? I bet you I did. All right, new plan.
Coming through.
Let's control this choke point right here. Quentaroli, the Rivendell Revelers. These guys are really cool. One of the things that's neat about...
Small folk of Ariador.
I never did knock out that war camp. One of the things that's neat about the mod
To do.
is they're not just adding in units and kind of willy-nilly just adding more stuff. I mean, they love the world of Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. But they're not just adding in things at random. Everything should have a unique flavor, a unique identity, a strategic point.
You're not bound to his fate.
And one of the things that's cool about Rivendell is not just what they've added, but kind of their weakness. I say weakness. They don't have siege units in the traditional sense.
The enemy is near.
You could, in the Hobbit camp, build some battering rams, and I'll go ahead and do that. But you don't get trebuchets or, you know, ballista, anything like that.
Hold steady.
Did I ever... Here, let me do that. And let me grab a couple of archers. Yes. No. Back up. I don't want to fight you guys yet.
Greenland ram here.
Let's see. So, because I unlocked this power, I now get the choice of picking one of these two for 10 points. I can unlock the Sons of Elrond from the Dunedain camp, or I can summon a ruined Arnorian outpost for 5 minutes, giving all of my allied units 50% damage and 50% armor, and becoming immune to fear and terror. That's pretty cool. I like that, and if I were fighting this in earnest, I think I'd actually pick that. But I'm going to go ahead and unlock the Sons. Let's get them in the game.
I've made my choice.
What do we got?
They attack.
They both cost 1,300.
Hunt down the servants of the enemy.
Yeah, so here we go. I can pick one or the other for the Rangers. And I will go ahead and pick the bow.
We can't support anyone.
Ashes of fire shall be welcome.
It ain't hard. We've got songs to
I love these guys. They're my favorites.
Is there a problem? Oi, don't drop your head.
You're not bound to his fate.
Are we like? Oh, hey, oh no, the hobbits. No, I just lost my hobbit units. Ah, that's a shame.
Don't give up.
Guys, get in there.
Man's ram here.
I do not fear them.
Steady on, lads.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The power of the elves is with you. Force them back. We pledge our bows to
Make
our
deal.
one's
Alright, it's getting a little interesting now.
That was broken.
come friends. Duty calls.
I do not
Alright,
fear them.
knock this out. What I need, alright, the revelers. So they don't get siege in a typical sense, but what they do get are these revelers. And let me see what they can do, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they can target a building. Actually, you know what? You guys go ahead and pick that one. When the revelers target an enemy building, it gains significantly less building armor, so it will melt a lot faster, and so it turns your army into an effective anti-building unit. Alright, we need to like maybe take these guys out.
Face our wrath.
What are you guys doing? Go over here and knock them out.
Stop them in their tracks. Shadow rule.
Alright, I think we're sort of maybe losing the thread here a little bit. Let's back up. Let's control the choke point. Okay, oops. I want archers from you. I actually want... Let me see, not the veterans. I want knights. I need a couple of cavalry units.
Leave Middle Earth to its fate.
Because one thing you can do with cav is you can just mow down hordes of archers or infantry. If they don't have spearmen... Oh. Yeah. Okay.
From all sides.
That's what we in the business like to call a mistake.
Our swords will keep Imladris safe.
The enemy is out there. Next round
Let's
is
keep
on you.
the battering rams safe.
The power of the elves is
Oops, oops.
loose. Stop them in their tracks. We are knights of Rivendell.
We have a new structure.
All right, here we go.
You do not stand.
You guys, get in there.
Take the swords to guard our battle.
Oops, that's not a part. This is elven units seem to have a lot of Ooh, wait a minute. What does this do?
Builder has fallen. They strike again.
Does significant damage. Oh, hey! Oh, this is just a power I can use on a building to do damage to it. Cool.
Imladris must be preserved. We are knights of Rivendell.
All right, good, good.
The power of the elves is with you. We know the way. You do not stand.
All right, good. Yeah, now we're talking. All right, let me get Arwen back.
The enemy is at hand.
Don't have the money for it.
Merely resting my eyes a moment.
I need to claim more of this territory.
Move out to protect the last.
Eco buildings, they don't just
Through song lies the long power of the elves is with you.
they don't just provide resources, but they also
Trust us. We fight to protect the last homely house.
give you your pop limit.
Imladris must be preserved. We fight to protect.
All right, good, good, yeah.
Taste Noldorin steel.
All right, let me see how good this is. Cool.
Taste Noldorin steel.
Bit water themed. That makes sense.
There's nothing we can't get through.
Slay them.
Oh, that I see. Yeah. All right.
Break their line. We do not stand alone. Taste Noldorin steel.
Okay.
We have not forgotten. Force them out.
Through song lies long memory. There's nothing we can't get through.
Erendil. Face our wrath. You do not sound the charge.
Go back in.
Come and sit by the fire.
We have not forgotten. This cannot stay here. You do not stand. We have not
Good,
forgotten.
good, good.
We fight to protect the last homely house. Shadow will be with you.
All right, let's see if we can take down the tower. I'm concerned that it might be a little bit ambitious. I want more swordsmen. I want a couple of pikemen and an archer.
Keep your nose out of trouble. Fell this one myself.
Building materials.
Oh.
All right, more resources. In case this doesn't work,
Grace of the valor. Get rid of
it might.
You bring joy and love. You do not stand alone. Taste no dot and steel. Run them through.
Let's see. Do I want to
There are
go?
too many enemy overwhelmed.
Stampede.
Take the fight.
Yes.
We still have a part to play. May the grace of the valor protect you. Slay them. Face our wrath. It has been planted. Erendir, brandish your blade.
Come on, come on. Can we do this? Can we do
Our
this?
swords will keep them lateral safe. No burning grace. Ready warriors. You will regret coming here.
Yeah, I think we got it. We got it. All right. Let's build Aragorn before we get out of here,
Must be preserved.
because I think at this point we're winning this thing.
Your business.
These swords grace of the valor protect you.
Even if I lose this army,
Erendir.
which may happen.
Alert to its fate. We have not forgotten. We fight to protect our
All right,
steel.
back out, back out. All right,
Is there a
good.
problem?
Yeah.
Shadow will be lifted. Slay them.
Watch out!
So if you're gonna go on the offense, if you're gonna siege, you need revelers. They're pretty cool.
To your right. No, your other right.
Perfect.
Erendir. They cannot enter here.
Good. Good, good, good. We've unlocked a new power. I can either pick Blessings of Ulmo, which temporarily covers the map in rain, giving all friendly units health, or the Grey Pilgrim, summoning Gandalf the Grey. We're gonna get Gandalf. Let's do it.
I'm Gandalf, and Gandalf means we have
Stand against them.
strike swiftly.
All right, his powers. Let's see. Gandalf's cart summons a traveling cart, healing nearby allies. Let's risk a little more light. Nearby archers gain range and damage. Disturber the Peace. Gandalf shoots a peculiar firework at the selected target. Let's, you know what? Let's do it. Come over here. I see a troll.
Quickly now. We must go.
They strike us from
Wait. Can we maybe get... There we go. Fire.
We must keep clear of the fire.
We must fight.
If I'm right about this, that was the firework from,
Keep them at bay.
you know, the first movie. The Foe Hammer shoots out lightning bolts from his sword. This is one of the coolest powers.
We cannot carry.
You shall not pass. Stuns enemy units in a wide radius. I have to do this. I love this one a lot. Here we go.
The fighting has begun. It's the enemy base.
Yes. Oh no! And he. Now the unfortunate thing for us, Gandalf, you know, is a timed hero, so he only lasts for, you know,
We fight to
a couple of
protect
minutes.
The last homely house. The power of the elves is with you.
Did I? Where are my other units?
May the grace of the valor protect you. Eldarin, you will regret coming here.
All right.
They attack. The builder. He's gone.
This
Let's
darkness cannot endure.
put you on foot because I don't want you to die to spearmen.
Anything to Gandalf the Grey.
The shadow
Our lands
will
are in
be
All right, Aragorn. Toggle weapon. He can switch between bow and sword. Kingsfoil hears nearby friendly heroes. Chieftain of the Dunedain. They gain 33% attack damage and become immune to fear and terror.
The enemy's buildings are
So, actually, kind of like Halbarad. So he's a Dunedain hero unit. He provides this upgrade and this bonus to Dunedain units. So if you're going heavy into those units, Aragorn makes sense.
They're invading.
Or if you're going into heroes, he makes sense.
You are far too much attention to yourself.
Master Tracker gains vision range, attack range, speed, while nearby allies gain movement speed.
Move! Quickly!
A fire shall be woken. Aragorn wields a torch and deals knockback damage. Aragorn gains damage and armor for 30 seconds. When the ability is active, nearby heroes gain armor. So he seems to be a good hero support unit. Like a hero that supports other heroes. Which makes sense given his role
By the fire.
in the game.
Nanye la Rivendell. I shall lead you.
Speaking.
Aragorn!
Speaking of. Alright, let's get a bunch of archers, a bunch of infantry, and maybe one unit of cav.
Not fear death.
Ooh, hey, let's maybe not die.
The Northern Kingdom was destroyed long ago.
The secret fire burns within us
Open
all.
war is upon me. Whether you would risk it or not, I shall not fail.
Camp here.
Our swords
This
will keep him
darkness
Ladris
cannot
safe.
endure. The
I think at this
hour
point
of
we've already
doom
knocked
is
down the
near
town,
hand.
the town center. We've already knocked down the citadel.
We will not leave Middle-earth to its fate.
Oops. So the elves, a lot of the elf units have this thing here, the Song of Finwë. The archers do anyway. They gain 20% attack range and vision for 15 seconds. So I keep accidentally activating that power.
We will not leave Our path is certain. May the grace of the Valar protect you.
Alright,
We
good,
fight
good.
to protect the
is
last
not
holy
lost.
house.
Alright, let's
You
go.
are safe in my
Who can match
company.
our skill with a bow?
By my life or death, I can protect you. Into the wild.
Nice.
Go forth.
Our swords will keep him Ladris safe. We have not forgotten. The power of the elves is
Ba-ba-bum.
with you. We fight to protect the last homely house.
Yeah, let's see. The
In
swords
Ladris
version,
must be preserved.
they gain extra damage.
We must
Yeah.
stand against them. They
So, pretty cool
captured our
stuff.
building.
You would stand
The enemy's
against me.
buildings are
We
near.
will not leave Middle-earth to its fate. We pledge our bows to
I
Lord
remember
Elrond's
the
cause.
splendor of
Alright.
old Gondolin. They must not
Let's knock
take
him out.
root here.
Are my revelers dead? Did they die?
Ladris must be preserved.
Doesn't matter.
Our numbers
We
are
are
too
knights of Rivendell.
behind you.
Alright, that's not cool.
Is upon us.
Hold here.
To the wild. I shall not fail.
There we go. Yeah, the towers take care of them.
These are strange tracks.
We will not leave Middle-earth to its fate.
Alright, and at this point,
Erendir!
the goblins just don't have a chance here.
Face our wrath!
Flee if you value your
They
life.
attack from a distance. Intruders, warn the others.
Ooh, nasty.
We have not forgotten. In Ladris we must be preserved. To its fate. We still have a
Look at how the spearmen just wrecked those cav units.
Slay them! Force them
Yeah,
back.
that was neither cool nor worth it.
They've launched
Hope
another
is
assault.
not lost.
We must stand against them.
In Ladris you must regret cutting them in their tracks. Cut them down. Face our wrath! You do not stand alone.
Alright.
We will not leave
Good
Middle-earth
stuff.
to its fate.
There it is. And the goblins go down. Rivendell victorious. And so I hope that this is, of course, a very simple skirmish match against an easy AI, just showing off some of the unique things that this mod has done. Complete overhauls for all the old civilizations, a bunch of new civilizations, different strategic approaches to the game with each civ, a bunch of lovingly crafted references to the movies, the books, the Silmarillion. These guys know their stuff. Again, just beautifully crafted, making this the ultimate Lord of the Rings strategy game experience. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, again, let me know in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, And let me know what you'd like to see, because I know that they have a player versus player tournament going on. Maybe I can cast some PvP games. Maybe you just like to see more gameplay against the AI with the different civilizations and showing off the different heroes and units. I didn't even really do a complete showcase of everything Rivendell, every power and every unit. Some of that I was leaving for your exploration, but maybe you'd like to see a full civilization breakdown. If so, let me know. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. For now, this is the Iron Kaiser, signing off. Have a great day, guys.